Szybka piłka. Spotkaliśmy się we Wrocławiu z okazji przyjazdu Rauna Kaufmana i z okazji bezpłatnego wykładu, który będzie
tu. Przełom w podejściu. I co, przełom jest, co?
Jest wielki.
Przyjechaliśmy z książką i z Raunem oczywiście, czyli z autorem tej książki.
Who are you, man?
By the way, do you want me to look at you or the camera?
What do you want?
Okay, fine.
Sala się zapełnia.
A dlaczego pan tu przyszedł?
Ponieważ mam syna autystycznego.
Chciałam zobaczyć Rauna na żywo, dlatego że jest dla mnie kimś bardzo wyjątkowym. Ja jestem terapeutą integracji sensorycznej, mam do czynienia z tymi dziećmi i cieszę się, jeżeli mogę się spotkać z kimś, kto podpowie, jakie są jeszcze inne metody wspomagania funkcjonowania tych dzieci.
No ja chcę się dowiedzieć coś więcej od osoby, która może o tym powiedzieć, bo akurat te dzieci, z którymi pracuję, to nie mogą nic powiedzieć.
Po prostu szukam dalszych źródeł, jak pomóc dzieciom z autyzmem i tyle.
So, you had an autism.
Yes, I did. My dad tells the story that I love of a doctor looking at me, flapping my hands and rocking back and forth, and him coming up to my father and putting his hand on my father's shoulder and saying, "Terrible. It's so terrible. I'm so sorry that this has happened to you. I'm so sorry that your son's like this." And my parents really saying in that moment, hey, we don't want to look at our son and see terrible. We want to see all the beauty inside him. And it's not about being in denial. They really knew that I had severe autism. But it's about really seeing that as not something bad, but something unique that I was bringing to the table. But also knowing that I might be capable of a lot more, too. That's what gave them the inspiration to really develop the Sunrise program, SONRISE, where they could really decide they wanted to not judge me, not see me as inappropriate or bad or wrong, not try and stop me from what I was doing, but really join me in my world. And then once they joined me in my world and kind of connected with me and spoke my language, then they realized they could start to guide me back across the bridge from their world to mine. And that is what enabled my complete recovery from autism.
Ja w ogóle nie wnikam w to, czy ktoś w to wierzy, czy nie. Miałam wiele sytuacji, kiedy mówiłam coś behawiorystom, którzy się sami wypytywali, jaki jest dostęp do mój syn. Jak zaczęłam opowiadać, że on po miesiącu już zaczął pierwsze słowo mówić, to odwracali głowę, w ogóle nie chcieli słuchać, autentycznie. Jakby w ogóle ich nie obchodziło, że coś innego może działać. Ważne, że ja widzę efekty i że nam się super, wspaniale żyje. Jesteśmy mega szczęśliwą rodziną. Od czasu Sunrise.
tak trzymać.
Także zaraz będziemy zaczynać.
Drodzy Państwo, nie będę przedłużał. Przed Państwem Raun Kaufman.
Dzień dobry. Hey guys. As you can see, we have a special interpreter who is designed to look exactly like me.
Mamy specjalnego tłumacza, który ma wyglądać tak jak on.
Where this started was actually with a little boy who was diagnosed with severe autism. And you know, people talk about how the diagnosis of autism is devastating. But it's really not the diagnosis that can feel devastating. It's the prognosis. These two parents were told a whole long list of things that their son was never going to be able to accomplish. He was never going to be able to talk. He was never going to be able to make friends. He was never going to prefer people over objects. He was never going to go to a typical school. And long term, he was never going to go to university. He was never going to have a job that he loved, or any job really. And I think many of you who are parents have probably been told similar things. People make pronouncements about our kids like they can see the future, like it's already been decided. And this is definitely what these parents face with their son, but they did something really amazing. They turned their backs on these dark predictions. They developed their own home-based, child-centered program to help him. And they called this program the Sunrise program, and they developed this program that was completely the opposite of every conventional approach to autism. They worked with him for about 3.5 years, and that little boy in the story is me. I was never supposed to speak or recover or certainly have this conversation with you. So I know what your children are capable of. And for those of you who are parents, I know what you're capable of too. The idea is that the children show us the way in, and then we show them the way out. Autism is not a behavioral disorder. Do our kids behave differently? Yes, they do. But those are symptoms. That is not what autism is. Autism is not a behavioral disorder. It is a social, relational challenge. At the core, our children have difficulty creating relationships with people. Our children also have difficulty with transitions and being flexible, with understanding social cues, with processing sensory information. But at the core, our children have this challenge with communicating and relating to other people. If we tackle that, we tackle our children's central challenge. Did you get all that?
Yeah.
Okay. So, 1, autism is not about the behaviors. Trying to change the behaviors does not affect your child's autism at all. All it does is bring the relationship between you and your child. Since autism is a social relational challenge, if we actually want to do this instead, we want to create a relationship. That's actually the main thing that's missing. That's true whether you have a 5-year-old who has not yet spoken, or you have a 19-year-old who has Asperger's syndrome and speaks fluently. Those two people have no behaviors in common, but they're both on the autism spectrum, and the way to help both of them, and then between them and other people. So that's the first idea of what autism is. And what your role really is. And I would argue that it's not to get your child to name colors. It's actually to do this, to be an ambassador for the neurotypical world. If you've only met one person from America, and let's say that person's rude to you, you start thinking, those Americans, they're so rude. But if you meet only one American and they're really nice to you, what do you think to yourself? Those Americans, they're so nice. So this is what's happening with your child. Everything you do tells your child, this is what people from our world are like. So are we telling our children that people from our world are impatient, they're pushy, they're critical, they're stressed out, and they spend all their time trying to stop us from doing what we love and make us do stuff we do not want to do for no real reason. So this is your child's experience. If we want our children to do all of the work that it's going to take to cross the bridge from their world to ours, we have to make that world on the other side of that bridge look amazing. We have to make it look irresistible. We have to make it look safe. We have to make it look fun. We're the ones telling them, this is what people are like on our side of the bridge. We are the ambassadors. We are the ones telling our children, is it worth it to cross that bridge? What that means in practice. And it's probably the most controversial part of the entire Sunrise program. And it is called joining. We actually join in with and participate in those very same behaviors. If a child is ripping paper into tiny strips, we get our own piece of paper and rip it into strips. If a child is going, ee-oh, ee-oh, then we say, ee-oh, ee-oh. If a child's flapping his hands, we flap our hands. This does not mean we are copying or mimicking the child. This is a common misunderstanding of the Sunrise program. The purpose is not to copy. Okay, let me say that again. We are building a relationship around a common interest. Guess what? That might sound new to autism, but it is not new to the human race. We have been forming relationships this way for thousands of years. And that's how you created the connection. That is what lit the spark. That may even be what built some trust between you. This is what we need to do with our children. When my mother was working with me, one of the things that I used to love to do was to spin plate. So I would take a kitchen plate, I would get down on the floor, and I would spin it on its edge over and over again. And I would look at it and I would flap my hands. And my mother was told, you need to stop this behavior. Do you know what she did instead? She would get her own plate and she would be down on the floor next to me. She would spin that plate with me. She would flap her own hands. And she was immediately told, what are you doing? This is the worst thing you could do. You're gonna make him do it more. I thank God every day that my mom didn't listen. Because it was when she was doing that, that was the first time I started looking at her. It was the first time I smiled at her. It was the first time I started including her in my play. We're done with children from over 100 different countries. What we see, the more we do it, the more these children start to trust us. They start to be much more interested in us. They start to include us in their play. You know what else? They actually start to do their isms less. We're not doing it to try and get them to stop. We're doing it to say, hey, I love what you love. You love running back and forth. I love you, so I love running back and forth. We are creating a relationship. We're actually falling in love with this behavior. Yeah, we are. Remember what I said before? We are the ambassador. We are the one. You are the ambassadors from our world. You are the ambassadors. Yeah, he's right. He's got it. So that's what I'm basically doing. I'm going around to Poland and many other places to really give parents and some professionals a different way forward with their kids, and also maybe kind of a different set of eyes to see their kids. So even if parents end up not doing the Sunrise program, what I would most want for them is to at least see their children with a different set of eyes, really seeing the wonder and the total beauty in their kids exactly as they are, before any change or progress is made, just exactly as they are, and to be able to see the blessing in autism instead of seeing it as a tragedy or as something terrible that's befallen them. And that really is just a matter of perspective.
Are you happy?
I'm really happy. I feel like I've had a really good life. I don't, by the way, feel like I've had a really good life because I don't have autism. I don't think it would have been terrible for me to always have autism. I think autism is an amazing thing. But I'm really grateful that I have had the life that I've had. Great experience in university and in schools, and also having great friends, some wonderful girlfriends in my life, and now really being able to, kind of reach out to people and connect with these parents, where I feel like my job is something that I really just do for pleasure, like it doesn't feel like I have to go to work.
Zobaczyć go na żywo, zobaczyć jak dzieli się swoimi emocjami, jaki jest żywy w kontakcie, to jest bardzo przekonujące. Stąd też jego książkę dzisiaj kupiłem. On bardzo dzisiaj ciekawą rzecz powiedział o budowaniu relacji.
Co mam ci powiedzieć?
Prawdę. Jedno słowo.
Cudnie.
Było super, pięknie.
Bardzo dziękuję.
Super.
Dziękuję. Dziękuję odpowiedzi Pani.
Super, no wydaje mi się, że super, naprawdę.
Rewelacja. Brak słów. Pozytywnie nakręcony. Fascynująco. Siła. Cierpliwość.
Nadzieję.
You want to say something more?
No, I think I'm good.
Thank you.
Byliśmy dzisiaj we Wrocławiu. Dziękujemy wszystkim obecnym.
Tak, i bardzo wielkie podziękowanie dla Centrum Hiperbarycznego Koncept za pomoc w organizowaniu tego wielkiego przedsięwzięcia. Bardzo dużo nam pomogli, bardzo dużo. I jeszcze Instytut Mikroekologii w Poznaniu też nam pomaga. Tak.
To jest taki moment na to, żeby pokazać książkę, którą Raun wydał, bo jest to fantastyczna okazja do tego, żeby osoby, które nie mówią po angielsku, mogły przeczytać, czym jest Sunrise. Zapraszamy do kontaktu z nami, jeżeli chcieliby Państwo usłyszeć więcej.